with the chair of Scottish Athletics, David Ovens at Petrivi. David, just a couple of things we want to talk about this evening, one of them being the future of Grangemouth. Obviously it's a key facility for Scottish Athletics, and just I think to emphasise the point that we, as the Scottish national governing body, are very much involved in the discussions on it.
Yeah, what I would say, Peter, there's been a lot of speculation about our involvement with Grangemouth, and I just want to say that we are very much at the heart of a discussion with Falkirk Council at the moment. So I just want to reassure the sport that we've been speaking to Sport Scotland, we've been speaking to other strategic partners, including INEOS, if we neighbour the facility. We're determined that we're going to try and come up with a plan that sees Grangemouth Stadium remain open. It's one of the most important facilities that we've got in Scotland, so we want to make sure that that stadium remains open.
Yeah, I think we were chatting earlier ourselves. We're saying at this time of the year it's very, very stark how useful and important a facility is, because there's so many sort of national, local club events taking place at Grangemouth. We can't afford to lose it, really, can we?
No, we can. I mean, that's right. I mean, I was there last week for the schools events, and full of parents there, young kids who are starting their journeys in the sport. We've got the Schools International there in a few weeks' time, and we'll have our own national championships in there later on. It's also the preeminent venue for para-athletics in Scotland, and importantly, half of the population of Scotland can get to Grangemouth Stadium within an hour. You know, it's so centrally located. Strategically, it's such an important asset for us. And as I say, we'll do everything that we can to work with all the stakeholders to make sure that that stadium can remain open and viable beyond its planned closure date.
So as it stands, reports of its demise probably slightly exaggerated. There is still a fair bit of hope.
Yeah, there is, and we do have time here to work something through. So it's a phase 3 asset, which means that if we can't come up with a solution on the face of it, it would close in April 2026. So we do have a few years to come up with a solution. We're at the stage just now where we have been receiving some information from Falkirk Council, so we know the scale of the challenge that we're going to have to overcome. It is daunting, but what I would say is, looking at it, I'm encouraged that there is possibly a business plan there that can see this be viable going forward, and as I say, we'll work with all partners to make sure that we can come up with a solution.
Well, that's good to hear, David. Obviously not going to be a quick solution or a quick fix, but just that the hard yards are probably going in just now, and that's the key at the moment. Tell me a little bit just about the Emirates Arena. Obviously there's always or often access for training issues that happen there in Glasgow, but obviously the World Indoors is coming early in 2024 to that venue. I believe that's going to have a bit of an impact.
Yeah, so on the one hand, it's absolutely great that we've got an event like this coming to Glasgow. It really showcases the sport, and it's an opportunity for our talent in Scotland to showcase themselves. The downside is that we've only got one indoor facility in Scotland. That is something that we're trying to resolve in the future. It's not going to be a quick and easy thing to do. But with the World Indoor Championships, it requires renovation to the track. There are going to be issues around about access to the Emirates over the coming months. Again, we're working with Glasgow Life to see what we can do to mitigate all of that, to make sure that athletes can access training facilities, and we'll update the sport appropriately as and when we know more about that.
Thanks, David.